What's going on, guys? Welcome to The Crew 2. This game is obviously a game that's kind of different, not really a car game anymore. I don't know if you can call it that. It's pushing the title or the genre of motorsports to its limit a lot. Obviously, you can switch between boats, planes, and cars in this game, and it does look really, really cool. So before we get too far into this video, I wanted to mention, this is not me playing, this is Alan and Ryan from the website, who were able to capture this gameplay for me and sort of gave it to me to make this video, so thank you to those guys for making this video possible. Anyways, so when I first heard that they were adding boats, there's a couple of different types of boats. There's a jet, I think it's called the Jet Sprint boats. These are things that you may have actually seen on TV. I've seen it on TV. They're really, really cool. Essentially what they are is these tiny little boats that go through basically like Everglade-style swampy things. And they're tiny little things, they're super quick, they're super agile, crazy acceleration, and they're just like jumping through these tiny little sections of track, and they've got them in the game and they look really good. And on sort of the opposite end of the spectrum, they've got these huge speed boats that can go 150 plus miles an hour, which looks awesome. I love having like a variety of stuff to play around with. So when you've got these tiny little boats that are super agile, jet sprint boats, and you compare it to these like the top speed boats, it's just like, shit, that's awesome. So boats, I'm very excited about boats, honestly. I don't think I've ever said that before, but boats. Anyways, planes as well. Planes, I'll say not so much. Just sort of the fact that they don't really have much variety. The only sort of plane that they have in the game is sort of like a stunt sort of plane, and the thing, to be honest, isn't really the fastest thing. I mean, it can do all these cool stunts. You can like stall the plane out and again do some cool stunts, but I'd like some variety in there. Like, I know it's sort of going in like the Red Bull slash X game sort of thing, and in that they use stunt planes. And I mean, it'd be cool to have like Blue Angels stuff or things like that are just properly quick planes at the end of the day. But yeah, planes are cool. I just wish there were more of them. Although planes, boats, and cars are cool, I think the coolest part about this entire game is just like the switching between them mechanic. At any point in the game, you can just be like, nope, and switch. You can switch out into like a boat or a plane regardless of where you are, providing there's space to do it. Like if there's a guardrail in the way, or like you're in like an underground parking lot with no room, obviously you won't be able to get into like the massive plane, but yeah, you get what I mean. And because you can do that, it means that you can actually do some really, really cool things. Say you're in a boat going along the water like this, and then there's a jump. In the middle of the air, you can just become a plane. And I think if you ask me, that's just a really cool way of doing things. It's so different, it's so unique. It's something I want to try out for myself, and I think it's gonna change like this whole sort of racing genre quite a bit. It's gonna make this game very different than everything else. Same thing goes if you're just flying around in a plane and you're just like, nope. And you decide to become a boat in the middle of the air, and providing you're above water, you'll just slam down, go underwater a bit, or sometimes not go underwater a bit, depending on how high you are, and just pop up to the surface and you can go and do your boaty things. The same thing works sort of if you're in a boat and you want to get on land. Just start gunning into the land, and at the last second, just become a car, and you can just drive straight up the beach and onto the land. It's cool. It's just like, it's something so different, I think. Like, to be honest, when I first heard there were boats and planes, it was just like, oh. But having this like cool changing mechanic that lets you really play around with them and have like so much freedom, I think that's really cool and really gonna change the way that this entire game is played. I will say my only downside, other than just having not much variety in the sort of planes, is that it is still using the same US map as before, which, I mean, is a good and a bad thing at the same time. If it was me personally, though, I would have loved something like Europe. Say just between England and France, you've got the English Channel there, and you've got these boats and planes and cars and things like that. You could just fly across the English Channel, or say you decide to boat across, or just go in the train under the English Channel. Like, that'd be so sick. Like I said, it's also a good thing because it's going to allow them more time to work on this world, fill it up with plenty more things to do, and just make the whole world, regardless of sort of where you are, feel different. Regardless, like say you're in New York, LA, you're not going to notice the same types of things. I'm hoping. That's sort of fingers crossed. Anyways, that's gonna be your first look at The Crew 2. To be honest, I am super, super excited about this game. Like I said, when I first heard about it, I was like, oh. But just seeing the game in action and hearing what other people have to say about it really got me excited for this game, and I really want to try it out. I will say, wait until you guys can get hands-on, so you guys can try the physics out for yourself and see what it's like to drive the planes, drive the boats, and fly as well, if you are on the fence about it. But other than that, I think it's going to be really cool to play, try out. I'm definitely going to do a whole Let's Play here on the channel, so make sure you wait around for that. And other than that, thank you very much for watching, and stay tuned for some more Crew 2 gameplay, because I think there's a beta happening pretty soon, and I don't know if I'll be able to record it, but if I can, I will definitely get you guys some gameplay. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!